Good morning. Good morning. Went on a walk today and 7 miles, 2 hours and 7 minutes, I believe. I needed to do some things, clear my mind. I told you that's where I get my inspiration, my ideas, things like that. And today, this morning, in my one of my groups, we were talking about faith and belief, and how a lot of people steer away from the word faith because there's of course, biblical connection with the word faith. And so choosing to replace the word faith with belief. And while we were talking, something came to me. Belief is the acceptance of something, you believe that it is. But faith is a strong conviction. It's like surrendering to that thing to say that I know that it's going to happen. And a lot of times we look at our lives and we like, why isn't this happening for me? I've been asking, I've been praying, I've been, seeking God for it. I've been, saying my mantras or whatever the case may be. But faith and fear, or faith and doubt, faith and self-doubt cannot coexist. They just can't. It cancels out the faith. If you have a fear that it's not going to happen, and that fear, that emotion of fear is stronger than your emotion of faith, it'll cancel it out every time. Faith is literally, seeing that thing that isn't yet, and believing it to be. And that means that any seed of doubt will negate the faith that you have. Your faith has to be so strong that doubt cannot exist in that arena, in that area, in that thing that you say you want. And then there was another thing that I was thinking about, and I was listening to Pastor Priscilla, and she was talking about the fish and 5 loaves of bread, and it was a sermon about that, about, how God increased that or whatever, and that was a faith move as well for, them. Anyway, as she was talking about the 5 and 2, all I kept hearing in my spirit was, and I just said it, I was like, God, increase my 5 and 2. And what I meant by 5 and 2 was this right here. My 5 fingers on each hand and my 2 hands. Increase my 5 and 2. Let everything that I touch flourish. Because God's purpose in me was already created before He created me, or before I came to be. Everything that I have, everything that I need to fulfill my purpose is within. It's just that I haven't tapped into who I am. I haven't tapped into my infinite potential. I haven't tapped into or let emerge the thing that God put in me as He created me and wove every fiber of my being. Before I was formed in the womb, He knew me. He knew the plans that He had for me. So the beginning or the end has already been established before I even came to be. And I have to, it's now my responsibility that I know that, to tap into my God-given talents and gifts and abilities and let that emerge, like the true me emerge. And what you guys have been seeing over the last couple of years, or, this is me, but there's more. And I have stifled myself. I have not allowed the things that I have in me just to flow, to do. There's still that sometimes that self-doubt, like, is this really going to work? Not so much in this season that I'm in right now, because I've decided that I was just going to let God work. Never knew how to trust God in my life before I retired. But I said, you know what do I have to lose? What do I have to lose? I mean, if I did, I would be right where I'm at. But if it works out, where could I go? Where could I be? And it's not about the me. It's just that I know that what God has given me is not for me. It's for other people. And if I keep it to myself, it's going to die with me. And I'll never have truly lived the life that I was purposed to live, or that I was created to live. And I know that there's a lot of people that go to, their graves with regrets. I regret that I didn't just believe in myself. I didn't have faith in what I had, the idea that I started. I didn't do the things that it took to, when business got hard, I just quit instead of persevering, having the wherewithal to know that everything, you have to go through a process. And that process is, part of it is stretching you. Part of it is peeling away all the things that are in the way of what you're supposed to be doing. You lose some things in the process, but what do you gain when you are able to be authentically you? When you let the you that you were created to be emerge, and let that you have an impact on the world. We all have something unique and special, but it's the voices of other people that have killed those dreams, or our own self-doubt, or when we fail, at something years ago, that thing is still carrying with us, and we feel like we're going to fail at anything that we, attempt to do. So all day I was like my 5 and 2 as I'm walking, my 5 and 2. God increased my 5 and 2. And I told you guys about my pennies and things like that. And today he increased my 5 and 2. Found 6 pennies, a nickel and a penny. And then there was 13 more cents. God increased my 5 and 2. He'll do it every time. But you have to believe. You have to have faith that it can happen for you. That thing that you desire so strongly, when you attach it to, you can't go to God in prayer and then be still fearful about what else is going to happen. If you say you have faith and you turn it over to him, let him work it out. I promise you, he's not going to disappoint you. So even today on my walk, my 5 and 2 was increased yet again. I only was looking for a penny when I first went out there, and I got so much more. Y'all have a blessed day.